And one of the biggest questions is this. If you use cloned voice, what exactly are you giving Suno? Can they keep it? Can it be copied? Are you basically giving it away? With cloned voice now part of the platform, Suno has changed important parts of its terms of service, updated on March 26, 2026. I'm going to break it all down for you, step by step, in a simple way. Some things still work like before, but other parts hit exactly where people feel the most fear and make the biggest mistakes. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to say, so nobody panics too early, is this. This is not a total copyright reset like the one we saw at the end of 2025. If you are on a paid plan, Pro or Premier, Suno still says it assigns to you whatever right, title, and interest it owns in the output you generate while your paid subscription is active. If you are on free or basic, your output still stays in the personal, non-commercial lane with attribution to Suno. And the uncomfortable part also remains. Suno still does not guarantee that your song is unique, does not guarantee that your use of the output will not infringe someone else's rights, and does not guarantee that any copyright will actually exist in that output. So the heart of the issue has not changed that much. But now comes the important part. What really changes in 2026 is voice. And this is where a lot of people could get caught off guard. Suno now brings voice much more clearly and formally into the terms through what they call voice models. In simple terms, that means a model created inside the system to sound like your own voice. And Suno makes one thing very clear. You are only allowed to create a voice model of your own voice. Not another singer's voice, not a celebrity voice, not someone you admire, not anyone other than yourself. They also say that if they decide, in their sole discretion, that the voice model is not your own voice, they can remove it. That is not a small detail. This is no longer just a cool feature sitting quietly inside the product. It is now directly written into the contract, and that changes the landscape quite a bit. Because generating songs with AI is one thing, but once you move into voice identity, voice imitation, and cloned vocal likeness, the legal and practical risk becomes much more sensitive. And here comes the second important part. The huge license you give to Suno now reaches voice much more clearly too. Before, we already knew Suno kept a very broad license over the content you upload and generate, your prompts, your lyrics, your audio, and your content in general. But now that framework extends much more clearly to voice and to the voice model itself. So if you use these features, you are not just in the territory of I typed lyrics and generated a song. You are also entering a contract where Suno states that it can use that content and voice-related elements tied to it in connection with providing, improving, promoting, marketing, monetizing, and developing its products and services. Put in normal human language so there is no confusion. This does not mean Suno is stealing your voice, but it does mean that if you use that feature, you are giving them a very broad and very serious permission inside their ecosystem. And this connects directly to one of the biggest fears people have. So does Suno own everything now? The accurate answer is still no, but it is also not true to say they own nothing. That is exactly where people get confused. Because one thing is that you may have commercial use rights over a song created on Pro or Premiere. And another thing is that Suno still keeps broad contractual rights and licenses over content that goes through the system. Both things can exist at the same time. And in these terms, they still do. That is why I keep saying the same thing. Use Suno, yes, but use it smart. Now let's get to one of the most repeated questions of all. What happens with free, Pro, and Premiere now? Honestly, there is no huge twist here. The foundation is still very similar. If you are on free or basic, the safest way to think about those tracks is still as personal and non-commercial. Not as a clean professional release, not as something you should automatically treat like fully cleared music for business. If you are on Pro or Premiere, your position is still much better for monetizing, distributing, and using songs commercially. But be careful! That does not mean you suddenly have a magic shield. Paying does not turn AI music into a zero-risk zone. It just puts you in a much stronger contractual position than a free user. And that connects with another pain point I see constantly in comments. If the lyrics are mine, If the idea is mine, if the beat is mine, then the song is mine, right? The most honest answer is this: that puts you in a stronger position, yes. But it is still not as simple as saying everything is 100% yours, and that is the end of the story. Your lyrics are still one of the strongest parts that come from you. Your beat, your previous melody, your arrangement, your structure, your human contribution, all of that matters a lot. But if the final work is generated inside Suno's system, Suno's contract still matters too. A lot. Now, here is another point that matters a lot in the real world. Most serious problems do not begin with some dramatic lawsuit. Most of the time, they start earlier, and they start in uglier, quieter ways. For example, content ID claims, monetization issues on YouTube, distributor flags, similarities that make you uncomfortable, reused or inauthentic content concerns. And now, on top of that, new questions around cloned voice. That is the real battlefield. Because you should not only look at what rights Suno says you have, you should also look at what practical risks still exist once you try to release, monetize, or distribute the music in the real world. And now let's get to the part that is actually useful. If you are going to use Suno seriously, there is a basic protection workflow you should already be following. You do not need to become a lawyer overnight, but there are a few simple things that can help you a lot if there is ever a problem later. Save your invoice or proof of your paid plan. Save the creation date of the track. Export and keep your lyrics, prompts, and stems if you have them. Keep a local copy of the final audio. Run a quick similarity check with tools like Shazam or AHA Music, and before you release something important, upload it to YouTube as unlisted or private first and see if any claim appears. None of that is a 100% legal guarantee, but it is a very smart way to work. Because if one day you need to show when you made the song, what plan you were on, what parts came from you, and what checks you did before releasing it, all of that helps. In fact, I would say the difference today between using Suno like an amateur and using it like a professional is not only in the final sound, it is in the workflow. The professional generates, reviews, saves proof, checks risk, and decides whether the song should go out as it is, or whether it needs to be rebuilt outside the platform. And that brings us to another point that is still just as important in 2026. A DAW means more control, more originality, and less risk. That has not changed. If a song really matters to you, if you think it has real potential, if you want to release it seriously, pitch it, distribute it, or build something bigger around it, the cleanest route is still to use Suno as a starting point, and then strengthen the work outside of Suno. More arrangement, more editing, more human performance, more custom production, more of your own mixed decisions, more real creative fingerprints. Not because Suno is useless, far from it, but because the more human, creative, and technical work you add outside the system, the stronger your position becomes, and the more professional the final result becomes. Now here is the biggest takeaway from this whole update. The March 26th, 2026 terms do not destroy the old model, but they do make the voice side of Suno much more serious, much more formal, and much more legally sensitive. This is not a "you can't use your songs anymore" update, and it's not an "everything belongs to Suno now" update either. But it is an important update because Suno has made the voice side of the platform much more explicit in its terms. And that matters because voice is not just another sound. It gets much closer to identity. So if you use Suno just to experiment, fine. But if you want to publish, monetize, distribute, build artists, or work with cloned voice seriously, this update matters a lot more. If you want it, comment "Protect", and I'll send you my 2-part AI music protection checklist. And as I always say, use AI, but use it smart. If this video helped, subscribe, because more videos on Suno, workflows, monetization, and smarter AI music creation are coming soon. See you in the next one.